A study done in 2021 shows 63% of all couples feel more like roommates than spouses.
Here's a question for you. Is marriage overrated?
Why aren't people getting married anymore?
A new Pew Research poll found that 2 in 5 young adults think marriage is an outdated tradition.
Marriage rates are at their lowest right now.
Is marriage really even worth it?
More than half of marriages end in divorce.
If you get married, you have to be stuck with this person for the rest of your life, right? That's why you get married. So that's why it's declining. Why would you get married if you want to have just one partner when you can have multiple?
Marriage is stupid.
Welcome to the Married AF podcast, the self-proclaimed greatest marriage and relationship podcast in the world. Episode number 102. We're your hosts, Matthew and Monica Powers. And I hope you're ready.
Probably not.
You're probably not, but I think you're going to be ready because I was thinking about us. This is how this whole topic came up. I was thinking about you and I, as I often do so much of the day. And I was thinking about us and just from where we were to where we currently are and just our whole journey from way back when to where we have ended up now and just how we have progressively gotten better as a couple, as people, as a marriage, and just how we have grown.
I got to know what happened to make you think about all that.
Absolutely nothing made me think about it other than thinking about, all right, what do we want to talk about on the next podcast? What might be good for people to hear? What are a lot of people going through that could be beneficial to somebody? Because I think most people, if they ask themselves this question, do I feel like me and my spouse are becoming more like we're living separate lives just under the same roof? What would that answer look like?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm not asking you, but I'm asking just in general.
Because I'm not going to let that happen.
No, I know. Neither one of us are, especially with how much we have grown. But I think so many people are living in the house and they're just living their own separate lives. They're growing apart from each other rather than growing together. They're more concerned about their own goals and their own desires and their own advancement in their careers rather than what they are growing as together. So that made me think, okay, what does it take to be a strong couple? I hate the word power couple because we're definitely not a power couple, but I hate that description. It's just so blech.
Well, what's the definition of a power
Well, just
couple?
when you think, oh, a power couple, they're successul and they're bold and they're strong.
We are not a power couple. Noted.
Well, I hate the word. I think we're a very good, very strong couple. But I don't like calling it a power couple. But hey, you want to be a power couple, I think these are some things that you can do to help get from point A to point B and be better. Because a study done in 2021 shows 63% of all couples feel more like roommates than spouses. 63%. Is that not staggering to you to think that 63% of people say they feel more like roommates? So that led me to like, okay, this is something maybe we really do need to talk about because people are growing apart and not growing together. When I think about where we began, whenever we got together in high school sweethearts, but we went through a very rough time in our relationship, and even the beginning of our marriage. We're different people then than we are now. Generally, we were not great people.
No, we were terrible.
We were very selfish people. But we put on the mask and portrayed the picture of a very happy marriage, but inside we're kind of dying throughout it all. So, and I think more people are probably going to relate to that than they'd even want to admit. So I want to walk through several things that I think can be helpful through that. And just to understand, it's not about a flashy romance. It's not about big, huge romantic gestures. It is more about just small little steps, intentional little moments to be able to become this unstoppable, strong couple.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Are you ready? So I think the first thing to really try and do is you have to be able to name the issues that you have. You have to be able to actually name the problem. Recognize the problem, name the problem, work through the problem.
Isn't that step one?
It's always step one.
And the 12 steps.
I don't know the 12 steps. It very well could be.
Admitting you have a problem is always the first step.
The first step. But I think being able to actually pinpoint and name the issues that you're having.
which takes communication.
Well, it always takes communication. You have to be able to talk about it, but
You can't be scared to not. You can't be scared to say it.
no, you can't. And that's really where this idea comes from, is just being able to name that problem. And I know, just looking at us, and I can pinpoint some of my own stuff, is just not being present in the moment, not being present in the relationship. Vacations where it's fully on your phone, fully on the laptop. Now, when we take vacations, I do still work, but I do a very good job of, hey, it's going to be from this time to this time. And by the time everyone gets up and gets going, hey, I'm there. We're on vacation. We're here together. That's why I wake up at, the crack
early
it on. I'm up before everyone else, hours before everyone else, so we can work and I can get everything done. But it used to just be completely opposite. It's like, oh, no, I'm going to work. And even when we're out or we're going somewhere, I'm on my phone, working on my phone, and just
I gotta take this call.
missing all of it. And it was something that, you saw, and you were bold enough to say, hey, this is a problem. It's got to stop.
But I wasn't the only one who saw it.
No, you were not.
It just happened to be broadcast over a Father's Day announcement that at church.
Which was great, actually.
It was okay, if my 5-year-old is seeing this, my wife has been right the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And that was kind of that aha moment, like, oh my God, I am that guy, where it's all work all the time. And, not that it's bad to work, but man, it's being intentional about the time is so much more important. So I know for us, that was a problem that was recognized. We're able to name the problem, be able to start to work through that problem, take some steps to be able to overcome that problem. And I'm sure a lot of people can probably relate to that too.
Oh, yeah,
both
that's an
men
easy
and
one.
women whose career is number one in their life. It's all about advancement and accolades and making that money and having that title and having that prestige. So, you can say,
I'm
look
doing
at me.
all of this so y'all can have all of that.
Exactly.
But that's not what life is about.
No,
And I still do think, I still say things to you all the time because you do the clothes. I do everything else in the house. You take out the trash, but we have kids for that now. But there's so many times where it's those clothes will be there tomorrow. Come sit down and be with your family.
Yeah, and you're totally right. And still something we have to continue to talk about, because we're never a finished product.
No,
we're never perfect. We're never going to get there. But I think that's.
But when you do have your priorities lined up the right way, everything else just falls in place.
Totally does. Totally does. I love this. There's this quote who was a part of this research. Dr. John Gottman said, conflict isn't the issue. Lack of positive connection is the issue. And he is dead on it. We're going to get into a little bit more of the research that he did.
Power of positivity is real.
Through this, but a lack of positive connection. Because when you are so disconnected and you are growing on your own paths, yeah, you're going to lack that positive connection. And we need connection so badly. So ask yourself this question, how do we become that unstoppable team? How do we become that super strong, connected marriage? How do we become that power couple? And again, I hate that word, but
What would you change it to?
I don't know. I haven't discovered that quite yet. But I don't know. Just when I think of power couple, I just think it's so douchey.
What about thriving?
A thriving couple. Powerful couple sounds better than power couple. But understanding that it's not about perfection. It's not about gaining wealth. It's not about social media prowess or anything like that. It's understanding.
The power couple kind of, we're powers. We're the powers couple.
The
power couple makes it sound like, they've got it all together. But in reality, they are doing all the things for everybody to see that they are the power couple.
And
so if you're the thriving couple, you can't thrive without each other.
No, we have to have each other. And I think that's understanding that we need each other. We badly need each other.
You can only thrive when you're growing.
Absolutely. Another part of the research said that they found that relationships aren't found, they're built.
Yeah.
Relationships are always built. So we have to be able to shift our perspective just a little bit, that it's not a soulmate mentality, that, I found my soulmate and it's going to be glorious and perfect and sunshine and rainbows all of the time, but more of a growth mentality because it continues to take growth. Now, I fully believe you are my soulmate.
I found my soulmate at 15.
Absolutely, but it's only because of the growth that we've been able to have.
But that doesn't mean that we still had to work through things when we were selfish.
Oh, baby, did we ever have to work through things. So that's kind of big time step one that I think is, yes, we need to operate as we, and we is better than me. But for us to be able to truly grow as we need to first be a pretty strong me to be able to do that.
That sounds contradicting.
Not at all.
So
I think both people have to be pretty strong, pretty grounded, have a good solid foundation for you to grow together as we. Because I don't think that if you are strong and you are solid and you have a good foundation and I am a freaking wreck over here, we're never going to be able to grow.
My me foundation cannot hold the we foundation.
It absolutely can't. So you have to be a strong.
That needs to be said in our single small group.
Write that down. Or we can go back and listen to this and find out. But you have to be a strong me to grow together as we. And I kind of think a defining turning point for us was when we think about this we mentality goes way, way, way back when you were in one of your previous careers and advancing highly in your previous careers. And you got to the pinnacle of that career where my mindset was you. Hey, this is going to be great for you. This is what you're going to do. And it was when WWE came calling. Mm-hmm. And that, I think that was a shift of, hey, this is great. And I reached it, but this is not what is great for us together forever. I mean, yeah, talk about a hard, impossible decision to make for you to say, no thanks, WWE, not interested. Instead, we're going to go run this small business because the long-term side of that outweighs what this brings to me.
If I would have said, heck yeah, this right now would not be happening.
No, we wouldn't have two amazing kids. Wouldn't happen.
We'd be divorced.
We would not be anywhere where we are now. And I think that was kind of a defining moment. And that was kind of that growth type mindset of, hey, I know this was a lifelong dream, but for us to grow together, this is more important. So I think for people who are listening, ask yourself that question. What is truly most important to me? What's the most important thing?
Is it the
Family life doesn't come with a manual, but it should come with the brief. I'm Mike Cater, family and matrimonial lawyer. And on the brief, I tackle the questions and concerns that keep families up at night. Everything from custody battles and co-parenting to managing finances, mental health, and more. With years in the courtroom, I've seen it all. And I'm here to share lessons, strategies, and stories that can help you navigate the toughest situations. Whether you're a parent, partner, or just someone who wants to expand your knowledge, join me each week on The Brief. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts, and let's find solutions together.
Is it the followers?
The status, the money. What is it?
Your kids?
What's the most important thing to you? So some things that you can do is kind of take inventory, look at where you are, and what are the things that you value? Like, what are the most important things to you? Is it the money? Is it the career? Is it the kids? Is it the status? Is it social media?
What are you doing the majority of your time tells you everything.
It does. Where are you focused? Where you're spending your time? What does that look like? But try to define what your values are. Is it family? Is it safety? Is it security? Is it adventure? Is it quality time? Is it part of the 5 love languages? What love languages fit into there? Define and identify your top values. I think is huge for you to be able to grow together, but grow as an individual as well.
And talk about those.
Yes.
Let each other know. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts? Yes, I believe that the husband is the head of the household. but you were not in front of me. You were beside me.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were making these decisions together, you become thriving. Because if you're just, you as the male are answering all the questions, you're doing all the things, you're paying all the bills, and I can't do anything unless I ask you, then that's you running my life. You are the we. And my me is nothing.
You're exactly right. And
so that makes my me foundation weak.
Very weak. And
your me looks strong because you're doing all the things, but you're one that's not going to be able to hold the two.
No, and I may look big and strong and be able to carry all that, but it's only a matter of time before I come crumbling and crashing down, because you can't hold all of that. Not at all. And that's where, you do operate as one and together, because the male's job, yes, we're the household leaders and we lead the home and we lead our families, but it is with our wife and our kids in mind first. I'm going to be the leader of it. And yes, wives will submit, but I'm going to lead in a way of everything that I do is to benefit them and be for them and to meet their dreams and their desires and their wants and their needs. And that makes it a whole lot easier to be able to do that. So identify your values, understand that what true definition of self-care is, because we do have to take care of ourselves. Now, I hate this term. I just need to be today. It's just all about self-care. I hate the idea of self-care, because self-care has turned into very selfish. It is I'm going to have a day where I do whatever I want. I'm going to go get my coffee, and I'm going to go shopping, and I'm going to go do this. I'm going to play golf, and I'm going to have a me day for me. No, self-care is regaining your strength. It's like the Sabbath, regaining your strength from the work that you've done so you can continue to serve your spouse. That is what true self-care actually looks like.
You have to be able to... Okay, so let me make sure I'm saying this right. If your cup is not being filled with the right things, or not being filled at all, your cup will never overrun. And you're not going to be able to spill out all the good things to others to be able to help them. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense.
Okay.
Actually, I heard this a few weeks ago, and I loved it. And it was a man was teaching his class, and he was asking his class. He said, "Hey, if you're walking through campus and you have a cup of coffee in your hand, and someone bumps into you, and you spill your coffee everywhere, why'd you spill it? Or what did you spill?" And they're like, "Oh, you spilled your coffee. Okay, why did that happen?" "Well, because someone bumped into me." And his explanation was, well, what if that had been water? What if that had been juice? And he said, when you walk through life, people are going to bump into you all of the time. So what you are filling your cup with is what's going to spill out on everyone all of the time. So what are you truly filling your cup with? It's the exact same premise. And it's such an easy example for you to be able to see.
Because what you put in is going to come out.
Is what's going to come out.
But if you're not putting enough in, how are you going to help fill somebody else's?
Not only what putting enough in, but what exactly are you putting in to be able to do that? So we have to grow strong as individuals to be able to grow strong together. The next set of that, the next idea is work that intentionality as a couple. All right, we're solid together, we're solid as individuals, we're solid me. How do we grow together? Because it doesn't happen on autopilot at all. Mm-mm. It is being in tune with each other. And that man I spoke about, Dr. Gottman, who did the study, he called it bids for connection research, is what he called it. And I understand
Explain
what it
that
is.
A little
bids
bit.
for connection. He says it's a small action or request for attention, affection, humor, or support from one partner to the other. He gave examples like this. Whenever you're sitting with your spouse and just simply saying, hey, would you look at that sunset? Or, hey, did you see what our kids just did? Or a touch on the arm, or just acknowledging something like, hey, did you see this? And that's a bid for connection. Like, hey, I'm just trying to connect with you over something so small, so simple. It doesn't matter what it is. But when bid connections are made, there's 3 possible responses.
Okay.
There's the turn toward, which is engaging positively. It's putting the phone away. It's acknowledging, oh my gosh, I can't believe what our kid just did, or acknowledging the touch, or acknowledging that, hey, my spouse wants something from me, needs that affection. The second is a turn away, which is just being ignored or distracted. That's, staying on my phone or just saying, yeah. Oh, and that's a turn away. And the third one is a turn against, which he says is responding with irritation, hostility, or rejection. In other words, I'm busy. I can't right now. Why are you bothering me with this? And that those are the 3 turns that we have when a bid for connection is made. And he studied thousands of couples throughout this. And what he found is couples who stayed married turned towards each other 86% of the time. Couples who divorced turned towards each other only 33% of the time. So this is something as a couple to look at and acknowledge, okay, when my spouse asks me something, says something, just so easy and so simple, it doesn't have to be anything grand. Am I turning towards them? Am I turning away from them, or am I turning against them? Like, leave me alone. I'm busy. Can't you see I'm working here? Can't you see I'm scrolling my phone?
It can't be the same question over and over.
No, it can't be.
The same question that everybody asks everybody. I'm sorry, all the time. And that question is, what do you want for dinner? I don't know.
No, it can't be that.
Or, I don't know. What would you want? Because that's not an option. There is no restaurant called, I don't know. What do you want? Are you craving anything? No.
There is a restaurant in South Alabama called I Don't Care.
Yeah. And don't we pass it when we go?
We've passed it going down towards the beach and all that stuff before, but it's called I Don't Care, and it's phenomenal. What do you want for dinner? Okay, we're going to go to I Don't Care restaurant. But this idea of bids of connection, and when I thought about us, I mean, I feel like we're very in tune with each other with that, especially when it comes to a touch at all. Like, I feel like we can recognize our touches and what the need is there and what they're intended to do. I mean, if I touch your neck and rub the back of your neck, it could mean one thing. If I touch your arm or your hand, or I grab your foot and rub your foot, or I touch your leg on your knee, or is it the upper thigh? Or if I grab your hip. I mean, there's all sorts of different things that these things mean. But you know immediately what they are. And the same thing is true here. Like if you touch my arm in a certain way with a different feel, I know exactly what you're trying to get and what you're trying to gauge from there.
Don't flex them muscles on me, Mr. Powers.
Exactly. And if you rub the back of my head, or if you rub my back or touch my leg, I know exactly what those are. I know exactly what the indicator are, and I know how to respond in that, because we have done the work to be able to figure that out. We've been able to talk about these things and recognize that, hey, this is a need that my spouse needs. And I think these bids for connections are like, this is a great indicator of where you are. So if you're listening to this, or when you listen to this, walk through that. What does that look? When my spouse asks me to look at something, or see something, or shows me something, or touches me in some way, how do I respond? Am I turning towards them? Do I turn away from them? And these are these intentional little things. Because that's something so small that nobody thinks about, but it makes a huge, huge difference.
Look up once in a while.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't look around once in a while, you can miss it. Ferris Bueller, amazing movie. And we talked about this a few episodes ago, but the State of the Union marriage meeting, talking about, hey, where are we? He suggested the exact same thing. Have a State of the Union meeting. Where are we? Where do we sit? Let's talk about where our marriage is. How was this past year? How was the past few months? What are our goals? Where are we right now? He says to express gratitude and appreciation, but also asks, where are we from your perspective? What are challenges that we went through? What are things that we want to collaborate on and work together on? What are some shared dreams and goals to work towards the next year?
Hi, this is Alessandra, the host of Dom Sub Living. Each week, we dive into the world of dominance and submission. It's 50 Shades of Grey meets real life. This show is for you when you're feeling curious and in the mood for something playful, eye-opening, and yes, sometimes a little spicy. I promise you'll learn something new, laugh along the way, and maybe even discover a side of yourself you didn't know was there. Please join us because no matter who you are, there's a place for you in Dom Sub Living. Please follow the link in the show notes.
I understand why people might need to do this because they might not have the most grand communication. But if you sit me down and tell me you ask me those questions, I'm going to think you want a divorce. Because I don't know that we're in constant communication.
We are.
No matter what. Even if it's about the dog. I don't know that there's many things that I don't tell you about. So it wouldn't be well, are you happy in our marriage? Ask me if I'm happy in our marriage, Matthew Powers. You are going to get the most BS answer because I think you're joking. Yeah, we're great. Because you shouldn't have to ask me that. Because you better know. Because our communication is always open and honest. And the slightest thing that becomes off, I'm not afraid to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened? And vice versa.
Totally. But I think most people probably
But I understand why
that.
they might need that because some people are definitely, I mean, I have trust issues, but to the point of where you have to sit down and ask each other these kind of questions, that seems like it's we've been in a bad place. Where do we want to go? I get that. But if you are living all of the ways that you are supposed to be, having the open and judgmental free communication, you shouldn't have to do this.
You shouldn't have to do this.
It's a start, but you shouldn't have to revisit this.
And I would say if you can't answer the questions for yourself, if you can't answer the questions for your spouse, if you were asked, is she happy in this marriage? If you can't without a doubt answer it, what have we been challenged with for this past year? What has been her challenges for the past year? How have the last few months been? How are we working towards these dreams? What is her goals for this next year? What are her dreams? What would she like to accomplish? And if you can't answer those questions, like matter of fact, knowing what they are, then you need to have this type of meeting. And you need to just lay it out there and not say that, hey, this is make or break. It's not the save the marriage weekend, because that's not a thing. It can't happen.
I don't know. I'm sure people
think that,
way.
But that's not reality at all. It's funny you mentioned trust, because that's one thing that he talked about in the study is the turns toward. He said they're like mini deposits that create trust, safety, and closeness.
And that's everything a female needs.
He said in his study, he found that turn towards creates and builds more trust than anything else. Because it just shows I'm there and I'm with you and I'm intentional and nothing is going to change that. So recognize the problem, talk about the problem, be a strong me, a good, solid foundation of me so we can grow as we have that we mentality, that it is we before anything else. Reinforce we as much as you can. And then really lastly is want to grow. Have this growth mindset that we are going to continue to grow together, because you're not the same woman I married. At all.
You've said yes to how many personalities now?
A lot, but you're not the same person at all that I married. But here's the thing. The woman that I married, I adored her. And she was amazing, and I was obsessed with her and head over heels in love with her. But the woman that you are now goes well beyond that, like hundreds of times beyond that. I adore you even more today than I did then. I'm more obsessed with you today than I was then. And I just see the growth that we've had throughout our entire relationship to get us to that. And I have a feeling that 10 years from now, I'm going to adore you more. I'm going to love you more. I'm going to be more obsessed with you than I am now.
I don't know if that's possible.
Well, I can't wait to find out because I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
I feel the same way. I mean, we tell each other this all the time, though.
We do, but I think it's important for us to recognize that no, you're not the same one I married, and thank God that you're not, because you're a so much better version of yourself now than you were then, and I'm so grateful for that because you make me better. You're the reason I am where I am today is because you have been able to grow and you've taken me along the whole path with you, and I'm so thankful for that. That I'm not the same person that I was then.
I'm thankful for that too, but I'm so glad I talked you into marrying me.
I'm so glad that you did too. But that should be everyone's thought is, hey, I'm going to bring them with me. I'm going to grow so strong and I'm going to bring them with me. I'm going to force them to grow also, because sometimes we need a little kick in the rear end to be able to grow, and we have to be forced sometimes. There's things that we don't want to do that our spouse will sometimes force us to do because they know better than we do a lot of the times, and they see things in us they'll pull out of us that we didn't want to see in ourselves, and it's only because our spouses that a lot of the times that will come to the surface and we become better people for it. So have this growth mindset.
I can't do one of those things that I always force you to do, though, anymore.
What's that?
Make you go to Joanne Fabric with me because they're not in business anymore. Breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. There's no fabric place around here.
Oh, no. I hated going to Joanne Fabrics. I hated it more than
quality
anything.
time.
Quality time.
Your thing.
And would I go?
Every single time, miserably.
I would go. I hated everything about it, but I would go. So have the growth mindset. Work the problems together. Healthy marriages, they thrive when partners ask, how can we grow through this, instead of, are we actually right for each other? Because that's what culture has taught us.
What?
Culture has taught us that we question the relationship if we don't align and agree on everything, especially early on in the relationships where, she didn't agree with me on this, so obviously we weren't meant for each other. He did not affirm my feelings about this, so obviously I need someone who is going to let me live the way I want, who just wants me to be happy.
Heaven forbid somebody hold us accountable for something.
That's the key. We need that. We so badly need people to hold us accountable, and we so badly need people to tell us, no, you're wrong about this, and here's why you're wrong about this. I still love you, and I'm going to walk you through this, but you're wrong. We have to have people who are going to call us out on our BS sometimes.
Not just sometimes.
All the time. That is true love. When people are going to call us out and they're going to grow with us through this, that's love. People who are going to affirm our decisions no matter what they are, because we're bozos and we make dumb decisions a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And we need people to call us out on it and to be able to help us grow through that, rather than saying, oh yeah, you just do. I agree with you. You do whatever you want to do. That is a bunch of nonsense, and you're going to find yourself miserable.
I don't want somebody blowing smoke on my butt to make me think that I need their approval.
It's not healthy at all. Not healthy at all. So, to wrap up, how do you become this power couple? Identify the problem. Make sure you're a strong base foundation of you so you can grow together. Have a we mentality in everything you do, and always want to grow and be better. We can always be better today than we were yesterday, and better tomorrow than we were today.
Can we talk about the grow part for a second?
Yes, we can.
Because I can't grow anymore. I've literally been this tall since 7th grade.
This is true. Mm-hmm. You're little. I like to call you little.
I am not little.
She hates that.
My
when
blood
I call
pressure
her little.
is rising.
You're not wearing your watch right now.
No, on purpose.
Thank goodness.
Because my stress monitor would go off. I am not little by any means.
Okay.
But you're making me feel so little. I'm calling you out in front of everybody that might listen or watch, if that's still a thing. The other night, I told you the next time we had a podcast, I was going to say something, and it's kind of going to be funny, but now that I think through this, it might come back on me. But when you were talking about the growing and the bidding, like turning towards each other, doing this, I wasn't going into those steps, but I'm glad you went there. But I'm going to tell you about a bidding that you are currently doing that I don't think that you're doing. I kind of think you're doing it on purpose, but it's a little bit irritating to me. and you're going to laugh hysterically when I say this out loud.
Okay.
Because right now there's no other options for it. But would you stop putting things on high shelves so I can't get them?
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Irritated when I can't reach something. Even Elkie has been laughing about it because I can't. I have to find a step stool or something where I can reach it. And half the time I don't know where the step stools are. I'm just like, Matthew, quit putting things on the second shelf because I can't reach it. I've always said I've been shrinking, but at the same time, it's frustrating. I am not little. I claim 5'4". I got it put on my driver's license, okay?
Okay. You're not 5'4", but whatever you want to tell yourself.
And you putting things up higher, making me feel like I'm a whole 5'3".
Well, you are, but
when I have shoes on, I am so 5'4".
Listen, you got a lot of heels that can put you about 5'9", 5'10".
I know.
There you go.
That's why I wear heels.
Okay.
But I can't reach those things even with the heels on, Matthew.
I'll try to do better for you. I did not realize that was making you feel little.
I'm not little.
Even though you are tiny. But it is what it is.
But I thought it was funny.
It is kind of
Elkie,
funny.
You know, it's driving me crazy that I can't reach anything in this house anymore. And if I don't have the step stool, I have to wait till your dad gets home.
See, everybody, naming the problem, working through the problem. We're going to work through it together. Listen, if this was helpful at all, let us know. Let us know. Send us a message, comment. Let us know how it's going, what resonates with you. But before we do get out of here, because we haven't mentioned them in a long time, kingdomandwill.com.
Oh.
We need to mention them because they sent me an email where someone has bought something and we get a little money for it. So, hey, let's mention kingdomandwill.com, our good friends at kingdomandwill.com.
Support Married AF.
Supporting Married AF, but also supporting them. They are a local company to us, not too far down the road, but they're an amazing Christian organization. They make awesome clothes, awesome shirts, hoodies, hats, pants. They're super duper comfortable.
They are so soft.
They're so soft. They're so comfortable. And they're like cool Christian clothes because a lot of the time some of the stuff we get is awful. But this looks great and it feels great. And for dudes, it's going to hide the belly just a little bit. It's tied around the arms and the chest. You can show off those guns, make your woman proud. Be like, that is my man. But go to kingdomandwill.com. Use promo code MarriedAF for 15% off your entire order.
Ooh, 15%.
15.
15.
15% at kingdomandwill.com. Any final thoughts?
Dadgum, you Red Sox.
I'm not even talking about the Red Sox. Let's just get.
I was hoping for October baseball.
Well, listen, it's okay. We're gonna touch on the Red Sox for just a second here. They can't hit. Okay, they can't hit with runners in scoring position. Ever since Roman Anthony went down, they have not been able to hit anything.
The only guy that could hit on the team is on the. I'm sorry, it's still the DL to me.
It's always going to be the DL.
Just because he's out doesn't mean you got to stop.
So listen,
you're still supposed to be playing.
We have 9 games left.
Well, we have the Blue Jays. Which,
doesn't matter.
Well, we thought we had it easy with the A's, but no.
Listen, they got 9 games remaining. They're only a game up in the wild card. They need to go.
We were almost in first freaking place.
They need to go 6-3 over these last 9 games to make it.
We got to pray real hard.
We were praying for a miracle. Listen, God says pray about the little things. Here we are.
Married AF wants to be in Boston for October baseball.
Badly. Come on, Red Sox. Let's go. Any other final thoughts other than the heartbreaking defeat of our beloved Boston Red Sox? But I still got faith. You still got a chance.
You know, we say that every single season.
I know, but listen, it's...
we got to watch that. Was it on Netflix?
It's on ESPN.
ESPN.
Of 2004 again.
No, the new thing I just showed.
No, I know, but it's about 2004 and the 86
Being
years and all that, but still about a Red Sox fan. Yeah, we'll absolutely watch it because we love the Boston Red Sox, even though you break my bloody heart every single year. Let's go. God, we love you. We are so thankful for what you do. We're thankful for this platform. We're thankful for everyone who listens. God, we pray over every single person who listens. You will take it to the ears that need to hear it. And God, we just hope that it's helpful, that everything is from you, it is by you. And we just pray that we speak your words in everything that we do, God. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for the couples who hear this. And God, we just pray that they become closer to you because you're the foundation that we need all. You're the one who doesn't crack. You're the one who doesn't crumble. You are the cornerstone that we need in our lives, and I pray that people are able to find you. And if we're allowed to do that, God, thank you for choosing us to do that, for people to be able to find you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Play ball. Kiss me.